In this video, we'll talk about the role that polygroups play in the export-import process, and we'll also look at how we can break parts of the model off in Meshmixer so that we can apply a different material to that second part. And so first let's get rid of these errors that we see on the model. You see those little red spots there. I'm concerned that those errors might pose a problem in the Unreal Engine import. So if we go to Analysis and then Inspector, those pins show where the errors are. We'll click on Auto Repair All up top. And this error doesn't want to resolve. We'll go ahead and skip it though, because it looks like we got rid of most of the problems. Now, if we zoom in close on the model, you see that little green spot there? You see that pink spot? You can notice that there are other like little colorized sections. These are polygroups. And if we export the model as it currently is as an OBJ file and import it to Unreal Engine, what we'll see in our My Stuff folder is a whole collection of different little meshes. That's because each of the polygroups imports as a separate mesh. So now that we've dragged all of those parts together into the form, you can see that they all line up very well. There are no problems with things being disconnected. However, if we deselect all of those individual pieces and just have the main part of the model selected and we rotate this up, everything is now detached. And as we apply materials to the model or make other changes, we're going to have to be really careful to make sure to apply those changes to all these little pieces. It's really a mess. It's much better if everything comes in connected. So let me go to the world outliner. I'm going to just select all that stuff that we just brought in and delete it. And I'll show you a better way of doing this. So let's press Control A to select all the faces, and then let's go to Modify and Clear Face Group. And now you can see that all those little colorized sections are gone. We just got rid of all the polygroups. And so now when we export this to Unreal Engine, it'll go out as one piece, it'll import as one piece. However, let's go ahead and break off this shield to be a separate part that we can put a different material on. So I'll press S to bring up the selection panel, and I'll use the lasso selection tool at first to get the majority of this shield. And that's better than I expected. Let me press, well, I guess we still have the selection brush open. Let me make this a little bit smaller. And we'll just go through and grab some of these faces that did not get selected. I'm going to deselect these faces by holding Control and left clicking to deselect those areas. I'm not going to get too carried away. You get the idea. You could be really fastidious and grabbing everything better than I just did, but at least we've got the majority of the faces we want. Let's go now to Edit and Separate. Where is that button? There it is, Separate, right there. So now we have the soldier and we have the shield. So let's export this first. We'll click over here on Export, and we'll just call this, actually I did this before, we'll just overwrite this file. Soldier main, yes, and then we'll export the shield. Export and soldier shield, OBJ. Okay, and then let's go to Unreal Engine, and I'm going to go back out to my Stuff folder, and we'll click on the Import button, and we'll find Soldier Shield and Soldier Main, and click on Open. And I think we should be able to use all these default settings. We'll click on Import, Import, and let's drag this into the world, and we'll rotate this up. Oop. Let me rotate it this way too so we can see it a little bit better. Let's come around to this side, and we'll now grab our first material instance, and we'll put it on the shield, and we'll grab the second material instance, and we'll put it on the main part. And you can see how that process of breaking the mesh into different parts and importing those parts separately enables us to control the materials independently.